Good evening, Corvallis, and welcome to your Wednesday night edition of the Beaver News. We're glad to have you with us. I'm Mackenzie Allen.
And I'm Christopher Seth. William Kirby, a prominent modern Chinese historian, will speak at Oregon State University on April 7th as part of an inaugural event for the new Asian Studies program on campus. According to the OSU website, his talk, The Chinese Century, Business and Education in the 21st Century, will begin at 4 p.m. in the Autzen Auditorium of LaSalle Stewart Center. The event is free and open to the public. In his talk, Kirby will ask if the 21st century will be the Chinese century. Using a series of Harvard Business School cases, this lecture will explore production, consumption, and education for China's new middle class and think about China's future in light of its past. Kirby's work examines China's business, economic, and political development in an international context.
The Oregon State Beavers faced off against the University of Oregon Ducks baseball team last night and finished on top with a final score of 4-1. According to Grady Garrett of the Daily Barometer, though last night's game was a rivalry game and was for bragging rights only, as Oregon State's win will have no effect on either team's Pac-10 record. Nevertheless, it was a win the Beavers were itching to get after being placed 4 spots behind the Ducks in the preseason poll. Junior infielder Ryan Dunn was named player of the game for his all-around performance, including batting in 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. With the win against Oregon, the Beavers are now on a 7-0 hot streak. The Beavs return to Goss this weekend to face off against VMI and New Mexico State.
I do like my ducks roasted with a squeeze of lemon. Join Christine Bertelson, owner of Queen Bee Organizing, to learn tips and tricks for organizing your office at the Recycle Mania Organize Your Office Workspace, sponsored by Campus Recycling and Surplus Property. Learn how to fix up your desk, electronic files, emails, and storage closets Thursday, March 10th at 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. in the Memorial Union Journey Room. Lessons will include how to make your work area more functional and welcoming. The workshop will also teach people to become familiar with campus resources that will help you get organized and accept material you no longer need. All who attend may enter a drawing to win a 1-hour personal consultation with Christine Bertelson. The workshop is free for all OSU staff.
The last Science Pub of the term will be held next Monday, March 14th, and will host Elizabeth Shiner of Samaritan Regional Cancer Center in Corvallis in a talk about cancer and its treatment options titled The Physics of Cancer Treatment. How do they do that? Shiner will use her experience to explain the physics of radiation treatment, how it's used, and why it works, according to Oregon State University. Also speaking will be Tristan Hayes, a graduate student in nuclear engineering and radiation health physics at OSU. This event will be held off campus at the Old World Deli, running from 6 to 8 p.m., and as always, it will be free.
Students in comparative anatomy are stepping up to take on the dissection of an Oregon State mascot, the beaver. Jeffrey Bessinger of the Daily Barometer reports that this was a rare opportunity, as all study candidates must be donated for research. From the luck of a draw, literally out of a hat, students Christine Gaffner and Kelsey Lance got the opportunity to endeavor the project. Chris Friesen, PhD candidate in zoology that works as a graduate teaching assistant in the class, says that there isn't anything quite like hands-on experience, saying, quote, "If you've never done it, you can read or study it, but when you actually do it yourself, you really get to see the arrangement of muscles and bones," end quote. Both Lance and Gaffner were grateful for such an opportunity with hands-on experience. Lance has been passionate about animals since she was a child, and Gaffner wants to work in the pharmaceutical industry because she loves helping people.
This past weekend, the number 5 Oregon State gymnastics team posted their highest score of the season to take down the undefeated number 2 Stanford Cardinal. After falling to Stanford in the first 2 previous matchups of the season, the Beavers were able to end the streak with a score of 197 to 196.5, making them one of only 8 teams this season to hit 197, according to Anthony Casson of the Daily Barometer. Associate head coach Michael Chaplin was especially impressed with the way his team performed, saying, quote, "I think everyone knew this was a big away meet for us, and then I was impressed with the fact that when it came time for them to do their routine, they all got it done, every single one of them," end quote. Also at the meet and finishing behind Stanford were Denver with a score of 194.625 and California with a 194.175.
After returning from a climate research project in Antarctica, Oregon State University professor Ed Brook decided to return an invitation to join the Google Science Communication Fellowship. According to Amy Schneider of the Daily Barometer, Brooks' membership will place him among 20 other environmental scientists chosen to help relay and interpret scientific information to a broader audience. Brooks has already received training in science communication from Leopold Leadership Program at Stanford University. The program, according to the website, will be giving the researchers the resources they need to become great communicators and leaders for their field. Brooks says training programs are valuable tools that help scientists understand how to more effectively convey their research when confronted with the media. He also describes the techniques utilized in his Leopold Leadership Program training. The Google Science Communication Fellowship will discuss social media as a tool to further spread the latest developments in climate change. Stay right where you are because we have your national stories coming up after the break, including some updates on the Arizona shooting and some intense weather happening for those of you who may be returning home to the south part of our country over the spring break. We'll be right back.